Okay, so we're gonna go right into the upload/download script, and yeah, so talked about it in the last few videos. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna create a new folder under a project. So expand the project, and where it says source file, we're gonna create a new folder and call it download or whatever, upload or whatever you want. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to select that folder, and we're going to create a new PHP file and type in index, and then what we're going to do that again, and this time we're going to type in server. Okay, so now what we're going to do is in the index file we're going to type in the line include, and I'll explain what this does in a second. And then we're going to type in the name of the second file, which is server.php. So server.php. So yeah, now instead of me explaining what it does, I'm going to show you what it does. So I'm going to echo something. You don't have to if you don't want to, because I'm just showing you. I'm just doing this to show you something, and then I'm going to say echo something else in a new echo and type in whatever, so, and click debug button. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to that new folder. So right now when I debug it, it takes me to my main project, but I want to go to this specific folder, so all I have to do is type in /download/ so that's what I named the folder. And then if you notice, index.php is the file it goes to by default, but if you notice, my URL is index.php, and all I did in my index.php file was put include server.php. I didn't actually type in any of this, but actually I did. I typed it in my server.php. Then why is it in my include.php? Well, I mean index.php. That's because I put the include. I typed in include. When you type in include and you type in the page, what it basically does is it's the same as takes this whole page. Let me show you what it's the same as. It takes this whole page, copies it, and pastes it in here. So basically, what it does is it runs all the PHP script in this page, and then runs everything underneath it. So all the PHP script underneath it. So why is this helpful? Well, did you notice some sites change their design a lot, but they change all 50 of their pages to the new design, and they change all the image and all those to the new design? That's because they use an include in PHP or something else, but most likely the include, or maybe the require, which does the same thing but it handles errors differently. We're going to use the include for this download script. So I explained a lot on just that, so let's actually get into download script and upload script. So first thing what we're going to do is we're going to go to PHP-MyAdmin. So if you don't know how to get in there, just go on localhost and click PHP-MyAdmin or localhost/PHP-MyAdmin or whatever. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click YouTube. So basically, and then click download. Click the browse on download. So basically this is a database, and this is where the PHP gets its script from. So on a server.php we want to connect to this database. So over here we see the databases we have, and this is the database we want to use, which is what we created last time. So we're going to type in MySQL. Did I already talk about this? I might have done this already, but okay. And over here we're going to type in this server. So our server is localhost by default because I'm using my localhost. Actually, that's not by. Yeah, I mean you could change it. There's a way of changing it, but probably wouldn't. My password is blank. So this is my username to log in, which is root. So basically it's the default by ramp, and the password by default is blank, and then put a semicolon at the end. So all this does is it connects to the database. now we want to select a specific connects to all the databases. Now we want to select a specific database. So we're going to type in MySQL DB, or select DB actually. Select DB for database. And then we're going to type in the name of the database we want to select, which is YouTube for this case. And then go and put a semicolon. So now what we're going to do is we're going to debug this to see if we get any errors. So this is not the file again. I have to put /downloads. It might be annoying to do that all the time, so instead you could press Ctrl+S to save it and then just go to it. So now we refresh this and there's no errors on this page. So if I type in something wrong, like yeah, and then I go on this page, you'll see some sort of error and it will heat up your computer also. So this is my error just because I typed in localhost wrong. So anyway, now what we want to do is basically what we did, we got this database, got everything from this database. Now we want to just select a specific table. So all of these are tables. So far we only have one, which is the downloads. So we want to select everything from a table. So if you see up here, it says a SQL query, which says select from downloads. So if we copy this and we go to the SQL tab, just to show you it's a valid SQL query, click go, we'll select all this. So basically we want to do that same thing in PHP. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in MySQL query, and then in quotes we're going to paste that query that we just copied. So yeah, this was the query. So select from downloads. So doesn't have to be in quotes, I think. I did it before without it. So select from downloads. So now it basically, what this means, it's select. So it's select a specific row. So I could put select ID, select name, select URL, or select date. So when I put select it selects everything. And then it says from download, so it gives a specific table. So select everything from which table. So select everything from this downloads table. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a variable. So I'm going to put SQL query as my variable. And now, okay, so now it's in this variable. So now what we want to do is we're going to put a while and we're going to loop to everything. So basically what this information holds is, it basically holds, this is all it holds. So it holds everything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to type in MySQL /fetch what am I saying, underscore. And then what we're going to do is make this a valid while. And where it says result, or whatever it says, we're going to type in the SQL query, this variable. And then we're going to, now what this does is it gets basically everything and puts it in an array. So instead, and it gets one row at a time. So first it will get the first row, then second it will get the second row. It won't get everything together. It will get each row at a time. And since it's in a while loop, it will loop through all the rows. And this is in an array. So this is, so each one of these is an array. So this is turned into an array, and this wouldn't be shown. So it basically would be like, it will be like this, basically. We'll get the first one only, and then it will go do it again. The second time it goes to the while loop, and it will get the second one only. Oops, typed in anyway. Where ID equals 2. And then we'll get the second one only, and it will keep on going until it gets everything. So it gets everything, every row basically, till it's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this in a variable. So I'm going to type in array as my variable. So array equals this local host array, PHP array. So now what I want to do is I want to echo an array. And if you remember from my older tutorials, you can't echo an array just by typing echo and the variable's name. You have to give it a specific thing to echo. So this is this. So it will say array because I didn't give it a specific thing. So I could echo a specific. Let's see how much time we have before I talk. Oh, it's already 10 minutes. So I'm gonna speed this up so it doesn't go over the time limit. So basically it's going to echo a specific thing. So I could type in echo ID and it will get this. It will echo all the IDs it has. If I type in echo name, it will echo all the names it has. So I'm just going to do that and type in and enter, and it will do that. So I don't want to run out of time, as you can see, so I'm going to do this quickly and finish it. So yeah, so now what we do is we connect it to the database, and in the next video we're going to create the upload and download script and all that. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye.